Facebook is more detrimental to your mental health than video games. Your 40-year-old Facebook moms. I think I get it. Get ready to laugh and hopefully learn a little, as today we are back at it, breaking down and reacting to what I am told are medical memes only gamers will understand. All right, let's dive right in. Doctor said to play outside. Ba-boom. Get outside, see the sun. Not just for the vitamin D, it also helps with your circadian rhythm. It has to do with like timing of the body relating to like cortisol and different things like that. As well as if you go barefoot and you do something called grounding, good. It has to do with like the electromagnetic pulses of the earth, and you got to be barefoot. So yes, get outside. How PC gamers see equipment. Okay, well, this is a thermometer. They're not as accurate, just so you know. The most accurate temperature gauge is a rectal temperature. I'm assuming this is like a joystick, or using it for a different type of game console. I get the reference. It's funny that any object is looked at as if it was a game console or something that you can use for a game. Playing Fortnite, I guess your heart's kind of chill. Maybe doing some dance moves. I don't even know if that's accurate. And then playing Minecraft hardcore, you're getting a little bit more excited. The heart's moving a little bit. And then doing tasks in electrical. Heart is going nuts. I don't know what electrical is. I know when somebody gets electrocuted, the heart could do this. Basically, you can go into VFib, VTAC, asystole, PEA. PEA is pulseless electrical activity, where you're getting electrical activity on the monitor, but the heart's not beating. Can't feel a pulse. We'll throw an ultrasound on somebody's heart and see if it's actually moving. Really cool. We have the ability to do the ultrasound on demand in any of these situations. Put it on somebody's chest wall and be able to see if the heart is beating. When Lifeline drops a health drone, okay, it's attached to a weird spot. Is it attached to the groin? That is kind of weird and totally inappropriate. But is it attached to the belly button? We were in the womb, all of us, and we were attached by our belly button to the placenta to get nutrients. In the emergency department, we actually sometimes see newborns that still have the umbilical cord piece still there with the clamp, and parents get a little worried. Is it okay? Does it look okay? Does it look infected? But, normally it's going to like dry out, kind of shrivel up and fall off, which is totally fine. Facebook is more detrimental to your mental health than video games. Your 40-year-old Facebook moms. I think I get it. Why would any platform be potentially detrimental to your health? A couple different reasons, right? One, screen time. Shouldn't be on the monitors and watching your phones. There's a specific eye strain that we know about. And then again, you're inside most of the time. You need to get outside. You need to move. You need to get your body moving. Then the other component is social media. It's like you're seeing things that may not actually be true, that are staged, and different potential misinformation or disinformation. So you just have to be aware. It causes undue stress on individuals. People will say when they take a break from social media, they feel much better. Me. What was your favorite class in school? Gamers. Health. Me. Why? Gamers. Gotta get that extra health after I got shot in the head. Okay. Yes, I really do like in games where they incorporate the ability to heal yourself, the ability to use different medications. There's a lot of different games that I've reacted to that have a lot of health components to it. So definitely check that out. If you get shot in the head, I don't think this health bag's gonna necessarily help. We see people that get shot in the head and, brain matter's missing. The likelihood of survival is pretty low. People do survive, but not necessarily to live a life that was the same one as it was before. A lot of times we see people who get shot in the head and they might be brain dead, but they become organ donors for other individuals. We live in a video game. MFS, when I push them off a cliff to check if they have a health bar. I'm so out of it. If you push somebody off a cliff or you fall off a cliff, this is going to be probably a big fall, because if it's a cliff, you're referencing something that's quite high. So the likelihood of survival of something that's that high is probably unlikely. Depends on what you're falling on. It depends if you have a parachute. But, we see people that come to the emergency department with falls maybe of anywhere from 10 to 30 feet, and it's a major trauma. You have to be really careful. And we're going to do a head-to-toe survey. We're going to do our ABCDE and make sure you're okay. Breathing and breathing. Okay. EA Sports, get in the game. Breathing apparatus machine. This could be a CPAP or a BiPAP. It's most likely a CPAP, which is a continuous breathing apparatus that people use at home, typically for sleep apnea. When people come to the emergency department and they're in respiratory distress by the EMS system, but you don't need to be intubated, they'll put you on CPAP, okay, continuous. But most of the time we will switch you over to BiPAP, meaning it's two different phases. There's different types of pressures going in with inspiration versus expiration. Bone joint gets dislocated. Normal people gets treatment from medical professional, aka me. Gamers, snap it back into place, right? It's like snap, put back together. It looks like maybe a wrist dislocation or a finger, hard to tell from this view, but sometimes people will dislocate something and then pop it right back in. I will say getting a dislocated joint back into anatomical position as soon as possible will have a better outcome because you have now reduced the risk of it being out, the stress on the joint itself, the muscle tension, the swelling, and then it actually prevents more long-term damage of like arthritis. But we see this a lot, and we have to make sure that when somebody dislocated a joint that they actually didn't also fracture something, because I've been in a situation where somebody has a fracture dislocation and part of the broken bone is in the joint itself, which is then preventing you from having the ability to put the bone back in because there's something in the way. Nobody, a 6-year-old me, after putting on a toy stethoscope. Let's go practice medicine. Okay. I mean, there's always the toy stethoscopes out there and everybody wants to be, you know, a doctor in that situation. And actually some of those stethoscopes do work. So what is a stethoscope? Okay. It's a device with a small diaphragm on it that allows us to hear different sounds that are going on the inside. Literally, you can also hear sounds. You see people are trying to rob banks and they put stethoscopes on the thing so you can hear clicks. Yes, it makes the sound louder, and this way you don't have to be so close and put your ear on somebody's chest, but you can literally put your ear on somebody's chest and hear what's going on the inside. Do I wear one? Yes, I actually use one at work to listen to lung sounds and listen to heart sounds and sometimes to abdominal noises. Nobody, my stomach during an exam, screaming. This individual is quite intense at the moment, screaming at the game. Maybe during an exam your stomach is growling versus in a lot of pain. I know when I do an exam on somebody's abdomen, I'm pushing in all 4 quadrants: right upper, left upper, right lower, left lower, different organs in different areas. I'm nice, I won't push very hard. I will go to the spot that is hurting you the most last, that way you know what's happening. And no matter what, when you push on somebody's abdomen, it is uncomfortable, but I'm trying to elicit and reproduce discomfort. And why is so then I can figure out what organs underneath might be causing an issue. You know, right upper quadrant, your gallbladder, your liver, part of your stomach, part of your pancreas, could be your intestines as well. Then, you know, right lower quadrant, that's where your appendix is, that's where ovaries are, that's where your colon is. Things to think about. All right, gamer memes. So as you guys just saw, I'm not the best at these. I want to say I'm a gamer. I mean, I just play some games here and there, but I'm not as good as all of you out there. So I do miss these. Some of these go over my head. And if I shout it out and ask for your help, please leave me a comment with all the information and instructions of what to do on these different memes. If you guys enjoyed this, definitely check out this playlist right here. And as always, please make sure you subscribe, turn your bell notifications on, and hit that like button for me. Thank you so much for watching, and stay healthy, my friends.